Tuesday, February 4th, 2020, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. This morning, I want to talk about how in the world that's so uncertain right now. I think especially monetary-wise, political-wise, geopolitical-wise, and all that's happening in China with this coronavirus. And again, about the coronavirus, there's a lot of speculation. I think we just need to focus on the numbers right now. I know the numbers are claimed to be underestimated or overestimated. So more uncertainty in that kind of world. I think having some precious metals, i.e. gold and silver, will go a long way of maintaining the stability of your savings if you're lucky enough to have some, in my opinion. What about the other asset markets? Yes, they look like they're being propped up right now. They look overvalued. Stocks and bonds, we know that. We know the central bankers are going to do everything to keep it inflated. But I don't think they can do it forever. As JP Morgan once said, gold is money, everything else is credit. What the Fed or the People's Bank of China, what they're doing right now is injecting credit into the system. Phony credit. Why do I say phony? Well, because it's created out of thin air. It's not really created to lend to productive enterprises. And if you look at the definition of the word credit, it comes from the Latin to believe in. Right now, the markets still believe in it. So yes, that's why we're still highly overvalued, and we could go even higher in terms of paper assets. But in the end, precious metals, gold and silver that have been stable stores of value, as I've said many times, and the yardstick of value, there will be something real out there when everything implodes, when people don't have any more faith and confidence in the credit. So before I look into the markets this morning, there's a few interesting headlines. The first one that caught my attention today is xinhuanet.com. It's a Chinese website saying China's central bank injects 400 billion yuan into market Tuesday. So yesterday they injected 1.2 trillion. There was $1 trillion of loans maturing. So the net effect of that was only 200 billion. So today they've gone with 400 billion, according to the xinhuanet.com. So yesterday, what they pumped into the market, we saw the Chinese stock market drop over 7%. Today, it's rebounding. It's up about 3% across the board. And things have stabilized a little bit. But then you look at other headlines. This one from Zero Hedge. Hong Kong confirms second non-mainland China coronavirus death as hospital workers strike. Over 200,000 under observation. Another headline that I found disturbing, and this is from Zero Hedge, of course, as well, says creator of U.S. Bioweapons Act says coronavirus is biological warfare weapon. I did read the article. Not sure whether he's accusing anyone, but this is what he's saying. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of different opinions. The mainstream media will tell you that it was started out from bats and then into snakes. And this guy who is an expert is saying it's biological warfare weapons. Other news, related to the UK now, where I am. Javid's surplus go at risk as coffers face £12 billion black hole. I spoke about that in my second video yesterday about Brexit. That yes, in my opinion, I think it's a plus in the long term for the economy, but the public finances are not looking good. Javid is, of course, the Chancellor of the Exchequer. He's the equivalent of the Secretary of the Treasury or Minister of Finance in the UK. So now let's go to the markets. It's 7:45 a.m. London. So we saw that there was that injection of more credit into the markets by the Chinese. Yesterday's injection didn't really help the markets there. Today it's helping a little bit. Of course, US markets yesterday rebounded. They kind of ignored what was going on in China. Granted, China had been closed for over a week, and we did have a big drop on Friday in the US. So right now, we've got spot gold at $15.73. It's down just over $3. The range has been $15.50 to $15.80. Silver up 8 cents right now, so up 0.5% at $17.75. Range has been $17.62 to $17.79. The Dow future up another 200 at 28,600, up 0.75%. The S&P futures up 20 or 0.6%, 32.67. I was reading yesterday an article about options and volatility on zero hedge about the S&P, and apparently the key level there is 32.54, which we closed below yesterday. Right now we're back up above it. I think we're still prone to see a lot of volatility in the markets. Yesterday it wasn't that volatile, even though we came off the intraday highs. Nasdaq 100 future up 0.5%, 91.73. Sterling or cable continues to drop. We're down another 1/3%. We're now quickly approaching 129. We're at 129.45. So the technical picture there doesn't look very good. Euro did come off a little bit yesterday, not as much as sterling. Right now it's down 0.1% at 110.50. Dollar is up 0.2 against the yen, 108.89, and we've seen the dollar drop back below 7 versus the Chinese yuan. It's at 699.33, down 1/3. WTI is rebounded. It's up 1% at 50.64. Overnight we have dropped below 50. WTI Brent is up 0.5% at 54.68. I'll finish off with the US bond market, or the Treasury market. The 10-year yield is up 3 basis points at 155 right now. That's it for now. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. Think about subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet. Please share this video far and wide. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, BitChute, Steemit, and DTube. I wish you all a great day. Take care. Bye.